107, he's ran about 14 darts, and since he's won every leg, his average is 14 darts per leg. It's fantastic, really is. And well, I mentioned that whitewasher Kevin Painter. Sorry, Kevin, don't want to remind you of it, but it is pertinent
59.
Because Taylor had 118 plus average then. He's well below that, but that is itself a fantastic percentage. Wonderful stat, and even Phil Taylor has every right to be proud of that. Nearly 90%. Remarkable.
60.
Well, there we have it. It just tells its own story, doesn't it? Dennis just hasn't even come close to challenging Phil.
Well, he had a 15, a 15 and a 12. Then you've got another 12, a 14. There's the 107.4. That represents the 14 data, and a 15.
I think for Dennis now, it's all about getting a leg on the board. Remember when Taylor beat Colin Osborne 9-1. Osborne, to be fair, I think missed darts to win the first 4 or 5 legs in that match, and finally got a leg on the board to avoid the whitewash, and that now will be uppermost in the mind of Dennis Evans.
Well, he's done remarkably well, A, to get to this, in view of his injury, illness, and B, to get as far as this. And yes, he's had his fair share of luck along the way, but in the end he's had to hit the doubles himself.
59.
May, in this match, at least have a go. Would be great if it were at the end of this combination. 84 left. Can he get another double, another treble? He's yet to get a double. He did get another treble.
120.
Well, he's going to get a dart and a double finally in the 8th leg of this semi-final. But he's going to be having a shot under enormous pressure. Brilliant from Taylor to lead the same 24. Come on, Dennis.
Double 6. Oh, right on the wire. He'll aim this towards that barrel, surely. Yes, he does. Picks the spot perfectly. And Phil Taylor can smile because probably recognises that's not sympathy for his opponent. There's no such thing in Taylor's dictionary. But
41.
I mentioned earlier, has immense respect for all his opponents, this man included. Well, he's got the whiskers of Bluto, but Taylor's the one who's eaten the spinach, I think, Stuart, because it's a fantastic performance.
44.
Well, that will be doubly disappointing for Dennis. 41 Phil Taylor starts off with, and he can only return with 44 himself.
140.
I was going to say, he won't make the same mistake twice. He can bet your life on that.
The last time Phil Taylor had 2 41s on the trot, they were buses.
60.
One into town and the other one back out again.
Well, Chisnall and Thornton will be putting the finishing touches to their preparation. Won't be on
140.
too long, have to wait rather until they're on to the right to play Taylor. But Dennis has got a leg on the board. He'll relax a bit more now. Might see a bit more from Ovens.
Slowed it down, Ovens. May well be related to his discomfort, but throwing decent darts there. But Taylor surely on his way here to 8-1. He's not going to get the lot, that's for certain.
140.
Make sure he doesn't go anywhere near the treble. And sets up 40 after just 12 arrows. Another teen darter, early teen darter. 15s, 14s, a 12. This could be a 13 darter coming up. Maintaining his 107, around 107 average. And they're making it look easy.
The second dart he's missed at a double.
33.
Well, that's a mistake from Taylor. He meant to bust the score, and he's left himself 7. It's not often you see Phil Taylor with his head in his hands.
No, he lost his concentration there, didn't he? He thought
100.
he wanted 2.
Class 7.
The hit 3. Anyway, here we go. He's got to get 3 again now. And double 2 now to rectify matters. Well, just when Ovens might have thought, I'll have another crack at a double.
Game on.
It didn't happen because Taylor closed it down with that one. And, you know, 7-1 up, that makes it 8-1. And look still what it meant to Taylor, that double 2.
I think it meant more because of the mistake he made with the
140.
visit to the ball preceding that. And he totally miscounted. Too good. And how often have we said that over the years with Phil Taylor?
Yeah, he put in the leg stump, he then put in the off stump, and then he put right between of the middle stump. Super duper arrangement by Phil the Power Taylor.
59.
If he'd had another dart, he'd have put the bails on top of those, you know, Stuart.
140.
180 followed by 140. Couple of legs away. Totally dominant. On his way to another major TV final. It's going to take something extra special from Dave Chisnall
100.
or Robert Thornton to challenge Taylor later on. But you never know. You just never know.
Yeah, different game, same stage, but different opponent.
150.
Start all over again. For whoever's there, but I think Taylor will be one, but whoever else, the last game is history. Not forgotten, but not foremost in the mind. Oh, great darts from a man who is an extremely good player. Now then, double 8 here for Taylor for 9-1. Fraction in. No problem. 9-1 it is. 10 legs gone. How many left?
Averaging nearly 105 here. And really hasn't motored out of second gear, to be fair.
Seemingly not. And it's that percentage on the checkout still impressive at 9 out of 14, 64%. He had that leg where he rather bungled things. And in the end won with double 2.
97.
But that leg apart is throwing at the double, and of course on 2 occasions at the bull has been near perfect. So Ovens did win the 8th leg of the match to make sure this was not going to be a whitewash.
Mixed emotions, I'm sure, for Dennis Ovens. Delighted to have reached a 3rd consecutive semi-final here, but he'll be desperately disappointed that we've not seen anything like an A game. I think it's possibly C- on Dennis Ovens here in the semi-final. I think just disappointed that he's not been able to push Taylor, to challenge him as he did at this stage 2 years ago.
Yep, that's right. But I shan't mention it again because I don't want to harbour on about it, but I think his infirmity
97.
He's got here in spite of that. And I think that's why his throw is not quite as fluent as it normally is. Taking much longer in delivering the dart.
60.
We'll be looking at a maximum here. He'll be looking at a maximum here to leave double 16.
140.
That was the only thing in his mind when he stepped up.
Yeah, it would have left, as you say, 32, but 72 for the match for Taylor is rather gettable. Might finish it in 2.
60.
I need
So
3,
you require
but
72.
even Taylor can't get 72 in one. So, that's in 7, 65 left. Bullseye! I looked at Ovens' score, saw 181. I thought he'd have finished with a flourish there, but looked at Ovens' score and thought, no, let's go double 16 instead. So I rather preempted his thought.
But the writing on the wall,
100. So you require
methinks that'll be the
32.
last dart that Dennis Ovens throws in this tournament, as Phil Taylor looks at double 16 to move into the final. Well, would you believe that? I don't believe that, and Dennis doesn't believe it, but Dennis will throw again.
When I saw the lie of those, I thought this is a certainty. It really did. 12 for Bull. If he does get treble 12, which he has, come across for double 13 for a second leg. Yes, he's done it!
Well, we gave Phil the big build-up, and he let us down. It'll only be a temporary reprieve, I'm sure, for Dennis Ovens, but well done to him, getting a second leg on the board.
100.
You don't often see that, do you? Those first, well, the fact is that he had 6 darts from 72 that didn't win the leg.
And Ovens showed him how to do it. That's the only time in this game where we've been able to really to say that, with a tremendously impressive finish, and against the throw as well. Now, we wouldn't be so bold as to say it could be the start of a fight back. Of course it could be, but it ain't gonna be, because Taylor wants just one more leg. Sooner rather than later. That's what's in his mind, probably.
Well, a 174, and of course Taylor's a perfectionist, and he'll be really angry with what happened at the end of that last leg, but only delaying the inevitable, you would think. Dennis fighting away.
134.
Fair play to Dennis Ovens.
Well, they make them strong in Stevenage, and Ovens just proving that point.
85.
Never say die, spirit. And, Taylor's average down just below 103 now. That won't perturb Taylor, the fact that his average is coming down, but it's an indication of perhaps a little bit of looseness in his game over the last couple of legs.
Phil, you require 146.
146 is possible for the match. 32 and another match point goes begging. Now, can Ovens take out 130 now and gain another big round of applause?
Got to hit one treble 20 to leave the Bull, to give himself a shot. So Taylor will return to wrap it all up.
90.
Brilliant from Ovens.
32.
Taylor looking at double 16. He's missed 4 darts at this. He's missed 5 darts at this. Oh, he's missed 6 now for the match. Unbelievable. That's 7 match darts. Unbelievable, John Gwynn.
And it certainly isn't tension when you're 9-2 ahead. It's just one of those things. The power ain't perfect. He's as near to perfection in darts that you will see, but he ain't 100% perfect. Right, I think Ovens has blown it. I mean the 11th leg, not the match. The 12th leg, not the match. As Taylor looks at double 8. No!